Hey guys, Chrono, and today I wanted to do something brand new with you where I just wanted to tell you guys about how awesome Jesus is. And there are just so many different testimonies I've been reading from this book, Voices of the Faithful by Beth Moore, and she collaborates with other people. But I just thought I'd share one thing with you each day, and episode one's going to be God Still Does Miracles Today. So let's jump right into the story. She always starts with a verse here. So this comes from Psalms 20:70. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we will remember the name of the Lord our God. You may have read of the wars between the rebel forces and the government of the Philippines. Perhaps you prayed for the safe release of missionary hostages. Our story of faith begins with Grace and a friend who traveled to a remote island to survey the needs of a small fishing village known for its hostility to strangers. They hoped to be able to one day live and minister among them, and the team shyly entered, was welcomed, and miraculously received an invitation to stay. Grace began to teach healthcare and basic sanitation. A community water pump was installed by a team of Christians, and everyone in the village was delighted. Soon, Grace was able to teach Bible stories chronologically, and before long, there were 30 new believers among a group of people where no known believers had ever been. But why now? What caused this incredible change? A newfound village friend explained. Our children are afraid of outsiders. They always hide when strangers would come to us. But the day you arrived, they surprised us all and ran out to greet you. The food we prepared for you that first day was poisoned. We meant to kill you, but you didn't even get sick. We knew that God must be with you. Some months after the conversion to Christianity, the whereabouts of the 30 new believers is unknown because of the current war. Even though the missionaries don't know where they are, we do know that God is with them. They're learning to trust the Father of their newfound faith. They depend upon the prayers of other believers around the world. And this is from Janet from Pacific Rim. Now think about that, guys. They had meant to kill all those people. Letting them come into their village, they poisoned their food, and yet not one of them had anything bad happen to them. That's the power of our God. And if Jesus can do that for them, he can do it for you. And he's done it for other people in the past. If you guys look at Malachi 3:6, it says, "For I am the Lord, I do not change. Therefore you are not consumed, O sons of Jacob." And then Hebrews 13:8, Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And that's what's amazing about God, is that he doesn't change. And because he doesn't change, anything that happens in the Bible, I firmly believe can happen to our lives too. In fact, that's one of the signs of being a believer, is some of these things occurring. If you look at Mark 16:17 and 18, notice what it says. "And these signs will follow those who believe. In my name they will cast out demons, they will speak new tongues. They will take up serpents, and if they drink anything deadly or poisoned, it will by no means hurt them. They will lay hands on the sick, and they will recover." And this ended up happening in the book of Acts with Paul, actually. If you want a closer look at this comes from Acts 28. If you look through the entire first half of that chapter, you can see this. But we're going to look at verses 3 through 6. "But when Paul had gathered a bundle of sticks and laid them on the fire, a viper came out because of the heat and fastened on his hand. So when the natives saw the creature hanging from his hand, they said to one another, 'No doubt this man is a murderer whom he has escaped the sea, yet justice does not allow him to live.'" And what had happened, Paul had been shipwrecked on this island. "But he shook off the creature into the fire and suffered no harm. However, they were expecting that he would swell up or suddenly fall down dead. But after they had looked for a long time and saw no harm come to him, they changed their minds and said that he was a god." And then Paul goes on to actually preach the gospel to the people of this island, and many of them end up becoming saved. And guys, that's what Jesus is able to do. You know, these people, they had meant to kill these missionaries that came to this village, but God's like, "No, I'm going to show, even though you meant harm for them, that I am way more stronger than that harm you intend." So guys, if he could do it for them, then he can do it for you. See you guys next time.